Hello all, this is Dr. Alsop, and let's discuss the very basic categories of the axial and the appendicular skeleton. So these are often categorized as two different parts of the same skeleton. So the goals of this mini lecture are to just get our bearings. So we're going to understand what the term axial skeleton means and what the term appendicular skeleton means. And also where these are located and what types of bones make up these portions of the skeleton. So this is a short one, so I think we'll get right to the point here. All right, so we're going to start with the axial skeleton. We do that because there are less bones associated with the axial skeleton. We have a mere 80 bones associated with the adult axial skeleton. Don't worry so much about memorizing the number, but do realize that there are less here. Now, the axial skeleton will consist of bones that lie around the longitudinal axis of the human body. And so what that is this imaginary vertical line that is going to run right down kind of the midline region, right down the middle of the body. So the bones that kind of go around that region are going to be part of the axial skeleton. So you can see that highlighted here in light blue or in this kind of beigeish color over here on this other image. So this would include bones of the skull, the neck and the vertebral column as a whole, as well as the thoracic cage. So the ribs and the sternum would be part of the axial skeleton. The majority of bones are found in the appendicular skeleton. So we have about 126 bones in an adult skeleton or an adult appendicular skeleton. Again, don't worry so much about the number here. I'd rather you worry more about the actual bones. And so these bones are associated with the appendages, thus the name appendicular. And so these are going to involve the bones of the upper limb, as well as the lower limb. And importantly, the girdles. So these girdles, so we have a pectoral girdle and a pelvic girdle, which will be the means by which this attaches to the appendicular skeleton, attaches to the axial skeleton. So we have that articulation there. So many more bones in the appendicular skeleton, really that count goes up in the hands and the feet. We have quite a few bones in those regions compared to the other portions of the appendicular skeleton. All right, so that covers it. I told you it'd be short. Again, we'll talk about those individual bones as we get into the more regional musculoskeletal analysis. But before we leave, let's do a quick review here. So the bones of the head are of which part of the skeleton? So which of those categories, the appendicular or the axial? And pause if you need, but hopefully you recall that the head or the bones of the skull are going to be part of that axial skeleton. Again, if we look back at this picture, it's going to be closely associated with that longitudinal axis. Thus, that's a bone of those many bones of the skull will be part of the axial skeleton. All right, excellent. Thanks so much for your time and attention here. Do make sure that you answer those questions in the learning objective, and I will see you in the next one.